The inspirational leader takes risks in order to get people to a point where they can delegate to them. Because initially, people aren't ready to be delegated to. And it can be a little bit risky to get them there, but you have to go through that process. You have to be brave enough to trust them. But of course, you can always monitor what they're doing. So if you give somebody a job and you monitor them enough, it's not that risky. So the game is to push them up the freedom ladder. And here's a picture of the freedom ladder. And you'll see there are 5 steps we're going to go up. And the first step, the bottom rung of the freedom ladder, is wait until told. So people just sit there and you tell them to do stuff, and after they've done it, they just stop again, and that's that. Not really great to have people there. The next level up is where they start to ask what next. Now, why would they do that? Why would they say, what do you want me to do next? And it's because they're starting to be motivated. They've realized they're part of things, they can make a difference, so how can I help? So you want to get people to the ask what next by showing that they're important and they can make a difference. Then the third level is where they actually suggest ideas. Would you like me to do this for you? And you could call this the check before acting box, because they're coming to say, shall I do this? But they're not allowed to do it until you've said, yes, good idea, do that. So that's the suggesting box. Clearly, it's much better than ask what next or wait to be told. And then above the suggesting box, we come to the 4th of the 5 boxes, which is report afterwards. So this is where they don't have to check first. They can just do it, but they've got to tell you what they've done. Just to let you know, I've been to see the customer, just to let you know we've managed to get a price increase or whatever. So you still know what's going on. In a way, this is where delegating is, because you're monitoring. The final level is above delegating, and this is where they're free to act. There's no monitoring, they just do it. And this is empowerment. It's the level above delegating, because you're not checking anymore. They're just doing it. Now, there might be some routine monitoring. There might be a budget or something like that. But you don't know the everyday details of how they're doing their job. They're just doing it. Now, if you can get them to there, it's really motivational for them. And it's also great for you, because you don't have to spend time telling them what to do or checking on them. You can get on with bigger things. So that's the dream. You want to get people up to the free to act. And the game is to keep moving them up the ladder to get them right up to the top if you can. With a really great leader, the teams say, we did it ourselves. And they actually did do it themselves. The leader just let them get on with it. The leader made it possible for them to get on and do it themselves. Now, some people only delegate the stuff that they don't like, and they push people up the freedom ladder just on the things that are horrible. But ideally, you would delegate the fun stuff as well as the stuff you don't like. You would delegate what's best for the person, not best for you. So if somebody is at a level 6 of skill out of 10, you would delegate them some 7s, regardless of whether you like doing the 7s or the 7s are fun. So that's the key to it. You want to be delegating thinking about them. And one quick example of the freedom ladder that we could apply, I mentioned earlier on, there's a managing director I know who likes to check the payroll before it goes out. He likes to just make sure that nobody's getting paid too much accidentally. So basically, he doesn't trust the payroll department. He also doesn't trust his financial director, who could easily check. So where would they be on the freedom ladder? And I'm thinking, ideally, you could at least check afterwards and just see what's gone out. So if you're on holiday for a few weeks, you could always have a look afterwards if you really wanted. But it seems to me that the payroll department ought to be free to act. You ought to be able to trust them just to get on and do it. But he's got them right down in check before acting. So they have to get him to look at everything before it goes out. And that means he can't even go on holiday for more than a week, or nobody will get paid, which is insane. So he should promote them up to the top. So just want you to think about the freedom ladder for yourself. Where do you tend to have people on there? Do you tend to want to check before they do things? Do you tend to want to tell them what to do? Where are you on the freedom ladder for most people? And if you pick a particular person and a particular job, see where they are on the ladder and think, what would happen if I pushed them up one more level? Could I give them a bit more freedom for how they do it? Because the inspirational leader lets people get on with it and builds them up and pushes them up to a point where they're free to act.